Running a business sucks and you probably won't be able to do it. Like that's 90% of businesses that start collapse within a year. They go bankrupt, like something happens. And that's how it is for 90% of the people. But I still think a lot of people struggle to realize that, right? It's stressful. Running a business is stressful. It's hard. It's painful. It's tough. Shit happens all the time. Problems happens all the time. Shit hits the fan. You need to be in control. You know, there's no one taking care of you. Nobody really cares. You are the person that needs to fix it. Always. It's stressful and it's painful. And it's always going to be like that. And the more successful you become, the more you scale, the better you become, the person you become, more people are gonna try and squeeze their way in. They're gonna try and squeeze more money out of you. They're gonna because now all of a sudden everybody wants a piece now. Everybody wants a piece. So you need to be aware of that as well. And there is a lot of online gurus that tells you that you can only work 2 hours a week, and that might be the case for some really good entrepreneurs that have spent 5 to 10 years on the same business. Because if you have spent 5 to 10 years, maybe you have developed a system and now you can work 2 hours a week. Okay, 99% of the cases that is not the truth. You know, I I know a lot of business owners, and what they do, they sit down and they work. They sit down and they work, and they do that 90% of the time. That's what they do. And that's what I do. I work, I do nothing else but work. I think about work all the time. Um, and yeah, it can be stressful. It can be really stressful. You have people rely on you and you have to be in control all the time. Everybody can have a bad day, but you can't have a bad week, you know. So it's really important. If you don't have the systems correctly, you don't have the right people, everybody relies on you, right? And to a lot of people that ask me, I want to start a business, I want to do this, I want to try this, I want to start an agency like you. Yes, go for it, right? But there's a few key things I want to go over before considering starting a business, right? Honestly, the best thing to do, I think, if I was to start over again, I would get a sales job. Getting a sales job, earning a high commission, something like that is going to help you way better because you're going to learn one skill and not 1,000 skills you need to take care of. All right. So maybe a sales job or maybe a marketing job where you can handle some ad accounts, or maybe just a sales job, like I just said, and get a high commission from that. All right. Learn one skill, get really good at that skill first before you start doing all the things in like a business owner, right? Well, for me, I just went straight the opposite. I just went straight for it. I needed to learn 1,000 skills. I needed to learn marketing. I needed to do the sales. I needed to learn how to run an operation, a team, motivate a team, building a culture, building a winning team. That is difficult and it is stressful and it's really, really, really difficult, right? And not a lot of people can do it. And you need to become the person that can do it. You can't just jump up and be the person. You have to be disciplined for years, right? You have to become the person that is capable of doing it, right? So that's going to be really, really important. But before you even consider to start, you need to understand, what do you want? You need to have some type of a why, is what a lot of people say. Like, why are you doing this? Like, sometimes I need to ask myself that, why am I running this business? Why am I waking up every single day doing the work that needs to be done every single day? Like, I haven't taken a vacation. I don't remember the last time I've taken a vacation. A lot of people say it's not healthy, which can be the case. But I'm here to build something. You know, and you need to look in the mirror and basically be like, what do you want? Is it materialistic things? Do you want a Lamborghini? Do you want a Ferrari? Like some people want that, but some people it's more like of just a game. It's just a number. And for me, I would say it's more like that. You set yourself a goal, you set yourself a number, and you want to hit that number because you say you're gonna do something and then you go out and doing it. That's the best feeling in the world for me. Like, I think Conor McGregor talks a lot about this, the law of attraction. He says, and it's literally about just saying that you're gonna go out and do it, and then you just do what you say you're gonna do, right? But for a lot of business owners, it's about power, and I generally think that the biggest businesses, if you look at the leaders of the world, for example, like it's a lot about power, and power might not be a bad thing. It depends on how you use the power, right? But it's a lot of business owners that comes from power, right? For me, it's a little bit more of showing that I'm capable of doing something, like saying that I'm gonna do something and then go out and do it, you know, proving to myself, not to everybody else, proving to myself that I can go out and do it. So when I say something, I'm going out and doing it, even though it takes years. I'm still gonna do it, right? If I set myself a goal, I set myself a number, I'm gonna hit that number. Doesn't matter if it takes 30 years, 40 years, I'm still going after it. So that's why I do it. But for most of people, you need a why. You need to be passionate about something. That's the number one thing. Or you need some type of why you are doing it. You can be really passionate about things. It's gonna make things more fun. Or you can have a proper good why you're doing this, why you're working, why you're pulling hundreds and hundreds of hours just to get your goal. So yeah, that's gonna be really important. So I just want to say, like, if you want to succeed in the business, if you want to have a business that is going well, that has people, you're building a team, you're building a winning culture, you're building, what can I say? You're building something, right? That's what it feels like. I would say that you have to tolerate stress. You have to be stress tolerant. If you can do that, you're gonna have it way more easier. If you can handle thousands of things happening, thousands of problems happening into the business, and you're stoic and you're controlling your emotions and you're just like handling it, you're gonna do well. You're gonna do well. So if you can tolerate stress and you're hardworking and you're just pushing through it, it's gonna be really, really good. And that goes me like kind of into the second option, that you can't be emotional, right? You can't really be emotional. You need to be a stoic. So if something really, really good happens into the business, let's say we close a deal for really good amounts of money, and we scale up like crazy. Like, I'm not gonna be, yes, I'm gonna be happy. Yes, I might celebrate or something, but I'm not gonna be like surprised about it, surprised happy. Like, I'm not gonna be like giddy about it. I'm not gonna be in control, right? And same thing happens if something bad happens into the business. I'm still in control, because I knew it was gonna happen. I'm kind of like, some people call it a little bit paranoid. I can be a little bit paranoid sometimes, but it's all about just being stable, being in control. And so when good things happen, you don't want to be too happy about it. Of course, go out, celebrate, have fun, and celebrate with your team, but don't be like too giddy about it. And same thing, if something bad happens also in the business, you want to be in control all the time. Yeah, because now you're in control. You got to remember, people are relying on you. You know, when you have a business, you're pulling the pieces together. You have people in the right place. You have systems, right? They rely on you. You have to pay your people. If they don't get paid, they won't pay their rent. They won't pay their whatever that needs to get paid. So it's really, really important that when you get to this stage, that you take this very, very serious. And yeah, you have to be always in control. If something bad happens, you handle it. And yeah, that's kind of like what I see it. So, moral of the story, conclusion of the story. Start a business. Of course, you can try and start a business. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's a few things you need to consider doing before jumping into a crazy world like that. So yeah.